Hi everyone, welcome to Third Coast Gaming Radio. Today is, it's February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, Austin.
Happy Valentine's Day, Travis. I didn't get you anything.
Oh, yeah. I got you the Snyder Cut of the Justice League.
Don't.
I hope you watch it and enjoy
it.
It is the 18th episode. We are here today. I've got Pokemon cards. I might open these later. The internet was going goo goo gaga over these McDonald's Pokemon cards. So I'll tell you about them later. But for now, they're putting Tron into Fortnite, Austin. They did it. They put the iconic TV show movie character that I care about, which is Tron,
into Fortnite. Yeah.
Too much money though. I think one skin is $15 and the light cycle is $10, and I think you can get like something else.
See, if you were really
an identity disc
Tron,
pickaxe,
then it wouldn't be a hurdle for you, you know.
I got some of the toys from that movie. I went to the IMAX midnight release 3D. I've showed my support.
This is how you show Disney now that you want a new Tron movie. You buy all the skins in Fortnite.
$100. My bank's already tapped out from that Series S I got, Austin. That fucking, I was just sitting in my bed, and then the ad came up on cheap ass gamer. One of those posts being like, "Oh yeah, it's in stock on Amazon." And I got it.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Let's go. Gonna play Control. That's the first thing I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna play a prettier version of Control.
Ray tracing, lighting, textures. Speaking of lighting, okay, so there was something coming out. This is something I pulled. It's Destiny 2's Cosmodrome isn't getting any bigger. There was something that Bungie was talking about when the Beyond Light expansion came out. When you go back to the Cosmodrome, they were gonna make it like a 1-to-1 recreation from the first game. Now they're like, we're working on other stuff. They're basically focusing on other things, which I think they were going to bring back some other strikes and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting that they went back on that. It's kind of weird, but they got other shit to work on.
Yeah, it's just like part of their sales pitch for this like vaulting system was that they were going to be bringing like back certain areas and rotating things out like this. And the fact that like the Cosmodrome, like the current Cosmodrome that you can mess around with, and I believe that it's one of like the few areas you can mess around with in the free version of Destiny.
The free version of Destiny has this. I think it has the other areas, but you can't do any missions on them.
Yeah. And so like the fact that this is like this very like small version of an area that my understanding within the first Destiny was like pretty fleshed out by the time you get to was the second expansion, Rise of Iron.
Oh yeah, the Rise of Iron had the other set of the Cosmodrome. I don't know if they were going to include that, but yeah, it's missing some stuff. But I don't know. I haven't played Destiny in a while, so I don't think. I think I would say the Destiny community's just clamoring for like a bigger game, which we might see after. I'm gonna guess. Okay, Bungie went solo. There's like those two Beyond Light size expansions coming out next year and the year after that. After that wraps up, we might see like something closer to like a Destiny 3, I'm thinking.
Maybe.
Or they'll just keep doing the expansions because it's a good business model. They have people who buy it. It's just not the biggest game in the world.
I mean, it's pretty big. Like for these live service looter shooters, like Destiny is probably the biggest of them.
Yeah, and it's like in a space where like I'm sure Anthem is gonna give up. We have a story in a second. EA is looking at Anthem to decide if they want to shut it down after they had like a 30-person team working on some type of version of it that was going to come out. This is from yeah. I hope it stays all right. I did you play Anthem at all?
I didn't play much beyond the beta. That was sort of, I was not in a position where I was like, I believe that beta came out like shortly before I was planning on leaving like San Antonio for a while, so like I didn't have any reason to buy Anthem. And then like as it came out and got sort of reports of it being not great, I didn't really ever pick it up after playing the beta.
Yeah, it was like March 2019, I think. One of my friends got it, and he was just like, "Yo, you should get this. We'll beat it." As it turns out, he didn't play with me a lot, but so I beat that game. Like the story doesn't have any like it's if you played like Destiny 1's story, like vanilla story, I would say they're about the same. But the combat,
yeah,
I thoroughly love the combat of that game. Like I love flying around and shooting stuff. Like there's the heavier one that I think was called the Colossus, which is kind of like a Hulkbuster looking variant of the Javelin. And you got a minigun and rockets with that thing. You're just fucking flying around murdering people. But basically, by the time you beat that game, there's only 3 strikes. That's like the only replayable stuff they give you when you beat that game. One of them's the final mission, and 2 of them are just fine. So, and then they were going to be like, oh, we have like a special Cataclysm event that's going to come out after launch, and it just never came out. It's because they're working on bugs, and then they scaled down to this team that was trying to figure out a different version, like what I would call Anthem 2.0. So I guess they're trying to figure out if they want to keep this going.
Yeah. You know, because I remember like them promoting the Cataclysm event. I remember like the first like sort of vestiges of that thing materializing in the world through like Twitter posts, but then it never went anywhere. Sort of as you know, they discovered like a lot of technical issues. Like one of the first like big technical things that I think they discovered with this game is that you could like the most effective gun to use was just the starting like assault rifle.
Oh yeah, because they messed up the numbers on the loot tree, the loot stuff, to where your damage would just be insane with like that weapon for some reason. I think they fixed it after a while, but
they did. But like
those
it's
early
like
weeks were
like
wild.
stuff like that in its early release, and since then they've kind of like kept their ear to the ground, and I believe that's an expression. I've kept their head like to the ground and have been trying to sort of rework Anthem into a state that would like attract players back into it, and we haven't heard much about this like effort and its progress.
Yeah, and my opinion is like they could go the free to play Warframe model and get an audience and just like, I mean, you know, No Man's Sky came back. They didn't really talk about it while they were putting it together. So it could come back, and there could be something like Final Fantasy 14 came back, but that's like because Square Enix, Final Fantasy is their series. Like if they don't put the time into it, people aren't going to trust them as much. But Anthem is like a thing BioWare did that people are like, oh yeah, it sucked. Give me Mass Effect and Dragon Age.
Well,
and EA's other stuff.
Yeah, EA would want to be kind of public with like significant progress of this because like they are a corporation that adheres to the like whims of shareholders. So the fact that we haven't heard like any substantial progress of like updates on this in the year since is kind of is like sign for concern, definitely.
Yeah, and I think the closest thing we got is there was like a dev diary. One of the people on the team was updating stuff. Like he posted something on Twitter about the like updated loot screen and stuff, but I think he left and is working on something else. If I remember that was going on. You had this other thing you were showing me. The Epic revealed that the future of video game faces. What's up with this, Austin?
Yeah, so like a couple of days ago, we got a pairing of trailers for Epic's, I believe it's the MetaHuman tool, which is a sort of a Unreal and a tool that can be used in the Unreal Engine, which is Epic's proprietary like game making service and engine and whatnot. Um, like Unreal is currently being used. Most people are probably familiar with it through like The Mandalorian, and that's what they use to create like the CG sets for that show. And they unveiled a tool that allows you to basically sculpt and like very easily begin animating high fidelity human faces.
These faces look good, Austin.
They look expensive.
Yeah, yes.
And
Wow. They look like very close to like the David Cage
yeah, this is
characters.
like the level of the older like David like Quantic Dream like pre Beyond no pre not pre Beyond like pre Detroit Become Human like tech demos.
Yeah. And I would say yeah, they definitely look like the models in the Detroit Become Human. I can't think of a game that has like this highest fidelity of like motion capture. Maybe The Last of Us
Yeah, I mean that's the
is
thing, right?
probably the
Like
closest one.
this is supposedly if it works like how they want it to work, if this takes, this is sort of the continued sort of distribution of the ability of like the tools needed to make like very high fidelity products within games, like on a wider.
Which hey, this is very cool for studios that could be using that. So good on them.
Yeah, it's just man, Unreal is wild. Like the fact that this is a thing, it's like very uncanny valley. It's strange. There's some implicate because this is such a widely available engine too.
Yeah, it's really cool for anybody who's on a development team. They just have these tools closer to their hand. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, it costs money to license this stuff, but it seems like it's it's fucking worth it, man. That shit looks really good.
yeah. It's just a lot. Every time I see this kind of thing, my immediate thing is like, oh, great, we're gonna see some interesting interpretations of the human face, like at high fidelity at this point. Which is because that's not a thing games are particularly good at doing, I would say, is capturing the human face outside of very expensive, like full facial capture projects like Detroit and The Last of Us.
No, most games that have like cutscenes like that are like the Hitman 3 cutscenes I hear are not that good.
Mm,
Like speaking of like
man,
facial capture and stuff, but that's not what that game's
yeah.
about. Speaking of other wild stuff, is that CD Projekt Red got hacked? Like it was their Cyberpunk 2077 code, some Gwent code, an unreleased version of Witcher 3, and they were putting it up for auction for $1 million, and they sold the entire kit for $7 million. Do you? I think you have more about this, don't you?
Yeah, so sort of throughout like the entirety of this week, we got like a tweet from CD Projekt that was like, "Hey, we've been hacked," um, and they said they weren't going to give into the demands of the people who hacked them. And the thing to note about this hack is like, yes, you have source code for things like Cyberpunk, an unreleased version of The Witcher 3, Gwent. You also have documents in CD Projekt Red's own words, documents relating to accounting, administration, legal, HR, investor relations, and more. Um,
To that tweet that the people who hacked them put out is the cringiest
oh, it's,
2010 thing I've
I
ever
believe the
read.
word epically pwned.
Epically
Yeah, that
pwned, yep.
phrase is in there, which is just the worst thing. Yeah,
Some 4chan shit right there,
yeah.
Austin.
So like, and then later this week, once like we realized that CD Projekt said they weren't going to give them any money, the hackers then sort of put this bundle up for auction for about starting at 1 million, and they said that if they got an offer for 7 million, they'd sell it outright. Um, reportedly it seems like this has been sold. But the thing is there's been nothing sort of following the announcement of the sale of this code has sort of surfaced in any way. So we don't actually know if it's been sold yet.
Yeah, it's on the dark web, Austin. Dark web. Gotta get your lemon keys or whatever the fuck they call it. Yeah, I don't know. That shit's wild. I guess people are really mad about that.
We know an auction took place.
Dogs
We
are
just
crying.
don't quite understand what the end result of that has been so far.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see as more stuff's coming out. Hey, they had this casting stuff for that HBO Last of Us show coming out. Oh yeah, the Game of Thrones star Bella Ramsey is gonna be Ellie, and everyone's favorite Pedro Pascal is gonna be Joel. I wouldn't have pegged Pedro Pascal for Joel, but I think he'll probably he'll probably kill it.
Yeah, I'm sure. He's he's proven that he's pretty okay with being a sad dad. So far,
he's a good sad dad. He could get the beard. It's just so weird because that first game is basically a movie in my eyes, like the type of stuff they do with cutscenes and stuff. But hey, as we've seen, The Witcher fucking did incredibly well. But I mean, that's also because it's a Netflix show. So I don't know. This might just work out like The Witcher show did. We'll see.
It will probably be no worse than the material it is drawing from. I mean, I think that's wild about Pedro Pascal is earlier in the day that the casting had been announced. There was rumors that Mahershala Ali had been picked for Joel, and then immediately following those rumors, we got the news of Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal's casting.
So hey, it's rad for people who are way into that. I had that first game has a deep love in my heart, but I don't really It was a good time and place, but I don't think about it anymore. I want to play 2. I've been thinking about playing 2 a lot recently. But things I'm more excited about, Austin, is this fucking Ratchet Clank Rift Apart on PS5. I made a mistake, Austin. I bought the wrong console. I think that's what I realized the other day. Because all these exclusives that it had, Final Fantasy 16, Ratchet Clank, Astro Boy. There's something else I can't remember. I don't know. I've been wanting to play Destruction All Stars too. The game seems like it's up my wheelhouse. Oh, Deathloop. Yep.
Oh, I mean, don't worry. Just in 4 years, they'll be reduced by maybe $50 in price, and there'll be enough of them to where you could definitely guarantee that you'd be able to buy PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah.
And then you can also.
Do you know my?
Buy all this stuff. And then you can go buy all the exclusives that they're pushing out because there's a lot of them.
It's true. I could get them as a greatest hit for $20. This game looks so fucking beautiful, Austin. It comes out. God, what were they saying? I think it was June 11th. Yeah, that's close. It's closer than I thought it would be. I thought this would be a winter 2021, but yeah. Do you know my love of Ratchet and Clank, Austin?
No.
So Spyro was my first video game on the PS1. And then I got my PS2 and I was like, oh, what's this Ratchet & Clank series? Oh, it's by Insomniac. I'm going to love these. And that's all I did for 4 years. That original Ratchet & Clank games on the PS2 had a 1 year or 1.5 year dev cycle. And they put out 4 of those games in 5 years. It was crazy. Along with the Jak and Daxter stuff. They're just so good, Austin. I love that series.
I mean, I only ever...
Did you play any
I've
of
only
them?
played the PS4 reboot, I think, is what that is technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever...
For the first game.
That's the only one I've ever messed with.
There's a PS3 one. It's called Future Tools of Destruction or something. And you can... it's got the spherical planets from Galaxy that you're kind of running around on, which are pretty cool.
Mario Galaxy?
But, yeah, Mario Galaxy.
Right. I was trying to visualize that, and I was like, okay. I didn't know if there's like a Ratchet and Clank game called like Ratchet and Clank Galaxy. I know very little about these games.
No, it's just like Mario. Yeah, this Pokemon shit fucking popped off. I'll let you talk about this. I'm gonna open these cards and I'll tell you what's in them
Oh,
while you're
what are you
talking.
doing? What are you doing with your cards?
I'm opening them. You can hear this. My brother got me some because he works at McDonald's.
Yeah, so there's
So these have 4 cards in each pack. I'll let you.
yeah,
Keep
so it's
going.
just a McDonald's sort of promotion with Pokemon celebrating the sort of 25th anniversary of Pokemon, and they were basically making some pretty buck wild looking Happy Meal like packages, right? Um, and let's see, yeah, yeah. So like you would get all these, like you get like a number of cards and a Happy Meal, and the thing about Pokemon is it's, we're not in the Pokemania anymore, but like, man, people still really like their Pokemon. So immediately people begin mass buying like Happy Meals. Like like people were getting up early to go into drive-throughs and buy like a lot of Happy Meals and just for these cards. And like within like the day that this was like announced, people were like putting these up on eBay.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. My brother was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna save these for a rainy day and get $1 million from them." I'm like, God, you'll be fine. Um, God, I thought I saw some article saying that the actual Pokemon cards, like the ones they sell in stores, were selling really well too. But it might have been just something for this. All right, I'm gonna tell you what's in this pack, Austin.
Tell me what's in your Pokemon pack.
All right, I haven't opened it yet. So what they give you is they give you like an envelope that you open up, and it's got like a picture of Pikachu, and you can draw some Pokeballs, and this Pikachu's head is not shaped right. And then so you get some side stuff. I'm not gonna tell you what's in the pack yet, but you get like a little landscape.
Is this McDonald's thing?
What's up?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
McDonald's.
So I think I'm
This is
looking at a
McDonald's
picture of
one. I
this
got
right
2
here.
of
So
them.
it's like a white and red envelope kind of thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the Pikachu you're looking at is the promotional Pikachu, right? Like,
Yeah, he looks
yeah,
bad. He looks bad.
it's not great. I don't know why they have like 3
No.
different designs for Pikachu.
Yeah. So I got this. I think this is. I got 2 of the card pack number 2s because I think there's 4 different like arts for the Pikachu or 5. All right. So you get a little pamphlet that's like a you put a bunch of stickers on. Did you ever play with those the little sticker sheets where you could put the stickers on like a background and you'd make a picture out of them and stuff?
Absolutely not.
So it was like an old thing you could do. But it's got a bunch of starters on it. I got a Trico on here. I got a Mudkip. I got a Totodile. I'll probably take a picture of this and use it as my album art. I got a Chikorita. I got whatever the monkey's name is. I don't know what the monkey's name is. I think it's from Pearl. And I got a Piplup. I think it's just Gen 4.
Chimchar?
Yeah, Chimchar. All right. I'm going to open this pack. I'm going to rub these 2 packs together, Austin. That's what they do.
That's not gonna enhance the draw, the drop rate for your Pokemon.
Maybe I'll get a holographic in here.
It might be.
Could be. Oh, I got a holographic Pikachu, my dude.
Nice.
Look at that. There's 4 cards in here. I got a Froakie. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, I got a Sobble. Sick. And an Oshawott. Can I get $10 for this Pikachu, Austin? Maybe.
You might.
It's all for the podcast. It'll all go to funding a second microphone. But for me,
Absolutely.
not for you.
We need you.
Yes.
We need to have 2 microphones on at the same time.
Some real ASMR. All right, second pack right here. I got a holographic Bulbasaur. This is kind of looks like the original art from like when those were coming out. I got a Litten, which Litten's cool. That's from Sun and Moon. That's the cat that turns into the wrestling cat that's in Smash Brothers. I got a Chespin. I don't know what the fuck that is. And I got a Grookey. Grookey's pretty cool. All right, I opened 2 packs. Awesome, I did it. It's very exciting.
Proud of you.
I'm very proud that I could do this, not on a Twitch stream to where nobody could see me. opening
This is
these
an
cards.
audio medium.
This is great for our audio listeners, you know. All right, I'm gonna put these away. I don't know. I think it's cool. McDonald's having Pokemon cards is kind of funny. I like the Happy Meal box. I think it's cute. Just a Pikachu.
Yeah, I mean it's a good idea. I mean it's a fine idea. Like it's a fine and whimsical thing. It's people that have come in and made this not particularly good, shall we say.
Here's a good tweet by Jay Retch. McDonald's, stop letting people buy the Pokemon Happy Meal in bulk. Nobody has more than 5 kids. Let the general public have a chance. Yeah. That's funny. I don't know, whatever. You know, people sell shit. There was this other Post Malone. It's going to have a virtual concert to celebrate Pokemon's 25th anniversary. You know, CGI Post Malone is scary. That's all I'm going to say.
You know, that's the artist I think of as synonymous with Pokemon is Post Malone.
Yeah, exactly. Are they? Do they? Oh, he's got a Pokeball in this video. Damn, dude. Maybe oh my God, CG Post Malone is so scary. They like transition his face into like a oh my God, I can't. He's got a Pikachu on his the back of his jacket though.
He looks ready for Fortnite.
Man, I wish
CG Post Malone
Sword and Shield are better.
CG Post Malone is just one step away from being a Fortnite skin.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
I mean, they're doing a number of like digital concerts. It's not just Post Malone for Pokemon. Like, there's also, I believe, Katy Perry's involved. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I think at the bottom of that article is news that Katy Perry will also be involved in one of these musical events they have planned.
Let me see how much this holographic Pikachu is worth. And this Mass Effect thing came out. What's up with the Mass Effect?
Yeah, so I just thought I thought it is a fun thing to point out, because we talked about this Legendary Collection or Legendary Edition earlier or last week. Talked about this Legendary Edition last week, and you know, sort of the comment there is that there's just not a lot that we had seen in comparison, for its like between the original release and what's in this remaster. And so GameSpot sort of published a series of
You did it, Austin.
Yeah, I did it. Someone had to. Everyone has to once, right? They published a series of like comparison screenshots that are mostly like taken right from that trailer. And they matched them up to screenshots from like the original game's release. And it's interesting to note like where they've made changes, what all's changed. It's like mostly textures and lighting is what it looks like, which is pretty like, you know, is expected. It's when you get into like character model faces that things get a bit strange to me.
Yeah. Seems like people are selling this for $10 to $50 on eBay.
People are selling the Pikachu?
Yeah, this holographic Pikachu. Let me do buy it now only. See what happens. Yeah, $5, $12, $20. You get the whole pack. Hey, my dogs are being weird. Let me be right back. Talk about this Mass Effect and Tales of Borderlands things for me. Thank you. Sorry.
It's just us now. He's left. It's just you and me and these Mass Effect Legendary Edition screenshots. They all look pretty alright, I gotta say. The lens flare is concerning in that I think it looks really bad. The sort of retroactively putting the default Mass Effect 3 Commander Shepard female face into Mass Effect 1 is still strange. I do need to see that game in motion. We'll get that when we get the final product, I guess. All in all, some of the lighting looks alright. Color looks like it's been drained out of a lot of places, I have to say though, so not big on that. Mass Effect 2 looks pretty alright, looks pretty good. Everyone looks rougher, a bit more textured. Garrus, still the prettiest bird fascist I've ever seen in my life. Zaid, tired, always. Lighting effects are good, gotta say. Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3 looks pretty much the same. A bit better. You can see some pores, I guess. Textures seem fine. All in all, seems all good. Yeah. Mass Effect 3 looks pretty alright in this remaster, gotta say. Moving on to different news items. Tales from the Borderlands is being redistributed on online stores pretty soon. Tales from the Borderlands is, I gotta say, the best of Telltale's work, in my opinion. And I'm excited that it is going to be put back up for sale again, because I don't think enough people played this, assuming that reports from Telltale themselves were accurate and that the only game to really make a substantial profit in this model was the first Walking Dead game. It's full of probably more heart than any other sort of Borderlands release, and also is genuinely funny, which is, again, something very rare for a Borderlands video game. Just thought it was something that should be pointed out as a quickie, you know? Something to talk about for a bit. And, if you haven't played Tales, I gotta say, you're missing out. It's fun. It's also kind of filled with the same problems as other Telltale games in the sense that, they introduce some ideas in early episodes and they just kind of don't commit to it. Like in the first episode of Tales from the Borderlands, when you're playing as a con artist named Fiona, you get a gun that only has one bullet, and you have maybe two within that episode. Actually, no, you only get one bullet in that first episode, and you might be able to find a second in the later. But before you need to use the gun
You're
again,
talking about
I'm talking about
Borderlands?
Borderlands.
Oh, man.
Tales from the Borderlands on sale soon in digital outlets. February 17th. It's good.
Did they delist it
Yeah,
or
it was
something?
delisted when
I
Telltale
don't
got
remember.
shut down. A lot of
Oh,
their
yes,
games were,
that's
right?
right.
Like, I don't know. I don't think all of them were, but like a lot of their games were delisted from several platforms. Like for a long, I don't know if you can't get most of their games on like consoles right now. And like,
That's wild.
yeah.
That's
So
wild.
when Telltale shut down, I immediately went to download Tales from the Borderlands, and it's kind of just been sitting on my hard drive for the better part of almost 2 years now.
Yeah. I was watching that playthrough on YouTube, and it's a fun game. It's quirky.
Yeah,
Wouldn't expect that from like a offshoot of those series.
well, I mean, it's just what happens when, you take a property like Borderlands that wants to be about like comedy and you give it to good writers. Um,
Got
yeah,
him.
I mean, it's still unfortunate because again, like there are some gameplay aspects that you know, like every Telltale game, they commit to, like they say they're gonna like sort of do or they explore a bit in early episodes, but they kind of have to get rid of. I'm guessing as like development sort of escalated because again, the sort of labor conditions that all of Telltale's games were made under were terrible.
Yes. What will I say? The main character, I think he shows up in 3 and he gives you missions and stuff.
Yeah,
Ria's,
Ree's
yeah.
the sort of corporate rat played by Troy Baker in Tales from the Borderlands.
Although I think they just like turn him into an asshole in the
Yeah,
third game
they
or
give him a
something.
new actor. He's just the CEO of a company that you don't actually mess
Yes.
around with that much in 3. Um,
Oh, yeah, and he's got a robot arm and a mustache, and he talks about his
yeah, that's
mustache
the
a
joke,
lot. A lot.
And it's a shame that we're not going to get a sequel to Tales from the Borderlands.
No. But I should replay Borderlands 3. I like that game. When nobody is talking to you in that game, I really like it.
Yeah, when you
Honestly.
can ignore the writing, Borderlands is a fine shooter.
Like, I was surprised how, like, fine-tuned the shooting in that third game was. Which is, like, you go back and play 2 and, like, the pre-sequel, and the shooting is... It feels like it's from 2011, yeah. I love the pre-sequel, actually. I'm just going to come out and say it. I love being in Space Australia. That game is
the pre-sequel's good.
Way funnier than the second game.
Absolutely. Again, you know, like Borderlands, there's a real potential in Borderlands when the people who are writing it are actually funny.
This is true. Did you see this Super Mario themed Switch?
I saw you post a link. I have not actually looked at it because
it's at the bottom. It's very pretty. It's
too good.
It's too good for us, Austin. It's got a Switch dock is red along with the Switch. It's got a blue Joy-Con controller case, and then the two Joy-Cons are red.
It's quite frankly just a good color scheme that I'm surprised hadn't been used until now.
It's pretty good. Reminds me of that mini Wii that came out that was like all red.
Yeah.
It's very good. And this last one is, Kingdom Hearts coming to Epic. Now they're gonna mod the shit out of Kingdom Hearts, Austin.
I can't
turn Donald into Keanu and turn Goofy into someone else iconic. The Rock. Just make it.
Sure, we can. Sure, someone will be able to mod Dwayne Johnson onto Goofy. I think this is crazy. I'm not ready. I thought we were done talking about Kingdom Hearts forever.
Yeah, HDR Kingdom Hearts. We're never going to be done talking. They're going to make Kingdom Hearts 4, and it's going to be in a video game or some shit. I don't know. Verum Rex.
I can't wait to see people playing this on, like, unlocked frame rates.
Yeah, I want to get down and dirty with Donald, you know what I'm saying? This will let me have it, Some people are like, yeah, let me sleep with Keanu in Cyberpunk. And I'm like, yo, let me sleep with Donald in Cyberpunk. That boy don't even wear pants. Austin.
What in the God? No.
I sleeved these holographic cards, Austin, so they're safe now.
Good. I'm glad you sleeved them, so that way the resale value doesn't go down.
Yeah. Every second they're out of a sleeve after you open the box, it's an extra penny, Austin. It's an extra penny. My brother was like, yo, you sell these for $100. I'm like, it's $25. Someone's selling 6 of other than non-holographic Pikachus, yeah. Please read description of this holographic Pikachu. What's it say? Unopened, undamaged. Yeah, whatever. This is wild. I love the sleeves for there's 9 different sleeves. That's cool. I might have to collect these sleeves. Awesome. They're pretty cool looking.
Well,
take a look at these sleeves. I don't think it's going to post a pic. Oh, there it is. Yeah, look at that picture.
Well.
Too much Pokemon.
You just gotta go buy a lot more Happy Meals, I guess.
Yeah, buy more Happy Meals, as it turns out. All right, that's it for the episode. We'll be back for gaming impressions tomorrow. Wink, wink. We're going to record it after this. All right, where can people find you at, Austin?
If you really want to find me on the internet, you can find me on Twitter at Beardless2, TWO.
And I'm at Travis23Doyle, and you can catch us. I think it's Third Coast Gaming with a 3RD. Whatever. Who gives a shit? All right, we're out. Later.